A very good morning, welcome, it's Jeff Laughton online, Saturday the 6th of September at about 10:30 UK time for what is probably the busiest day's racing of the whole year for me. There's such good quality at Ascot and Haydock, and the meetings at Kempton and Thirsk are not too shabby either. But because of that, you need to be extra careful today. You know my thoughts on a Saturday, and this is a Saturday on steroids. There is such good racing everywhere you look. Now I'm going to cover as many races as I can for you today, and then you can make your own minds up where your bets are going to be. If you want to know what I've backed, and I've put up 3 up on the private service today, I've had huge bets on them all. If you want to know, just drop me an email at the email address below and I'll send you details. And as always, if you haven't yet subscribed to the channel, it's always worth giving that button a press because you get to know when these videos go up. So without further ado, let's start at Ascot. In the 210, a horse that I've always liked is Crown of Oaks of William Haggas's. Now they thought early on in the season that he would make up into a group performer, but after being hampered at Newbury on his second start, he then disappointed at Redcar, although the winner has turned out to be quite smart. Now he was gelded straight after that race, and we saw a different horse at Ayr last time. He's currently the favourite for the Cambridgeshire in a couple of weeks, and the fact that he only runs off 85 today means he really needs to win this to go up in the weights and guarantee his place. He takes on mainly exposed horses in here, and if he's the horse that they think he is, then he must be winning today. In the 3:15 there are 2 standouts here with similar profile. Those are Push the Limit and Tenability. Both are improving at a rate of knots, but Push the Limit, who handles cutting the ground, was so impressive at Goodwood last time that I can't desert him. I backed Tenability on his last 2 wins, and he isn't one to desert lightly, but Push the Limit looks a potential group horse to me. At Haydock today, it's their Group 1 day, the only one they have all year. In the 150 there, this is such a good race. We're on figures, 3 or 4 of them could win this. But the 2 at the front of the market, Publish and Bo Echo, are so incredibly strong from their respective camps that I just can't bring myself to have a bet. I'm struggling to split them. Publish is the best 2-year-old in the Gosnells yard, and they won't hear of defeat. However, Bo Echo was unbelievably impressive on his debut 3 weeks ago, and I'm told that there will have to be something very special in this race to beat him. So it'll be a great race to watch. In the 3:35, the Betfair Sprint. As I said, this is Haydock's only Group 1 race. Many moons ago it was called the Vernon Sprint in the days of the old football coupons, if you're old enough to remember that. But now Betfair are the sponsors. As far as Group 1 races are concerned, this generally does not look that hot. And if the French raider Lazat reproduces his Royal Ascot form when he won the Queen Elizabeth II Jubilee Stakes, another Group 1 race, he's going to be very hard to beat here. Admittedly, he was slightly disappointing the following time at Deauville, but he should be hard to beat today. Over at Kempton in the 2:35, this should centre around the front 2 in the market. Ruby's Angel is quite short, following on from a narrow win in a York nursery, for which she went up £4. But I was even more impressed with Mayarda at Epsom last time, when she dispatched a 1-3 favourite in impressive fashion. Now, Andrew Balding's yard that day would not hear of defeat for Ghost Mode, and it looked no fluke. And from the value point of view, I think Mayarda would be it. In the 3:45, this does look a competitive sprint, but a Ramran has been mixing it all year with some top sprinters. In fact, he was only beaten a short ahead by a subsequent Group 2 winner, More Thunder. I think that came back in May. He has a prime draw here in 2, and if he gets him into an early rhythm, he's definitely going to be there or thereabouts. In the 4:20, Capello has the look of a well-handicapped horse. His 2 wins have both come at this track, and when he won here back in May, he was held up in his run before getting out late and winning half a length. However, he was valued for a fair bit more than that. He then went to Newcastle in the Northumberland Plate Silver Cup, and despite only finishing 6th, he was doing his best work late on and probably should have been closer. He was back on the turf last time when it was soft ground, That was a racing league race, and he ran a cracker in third. That was a 0 to 95 handicap, but yet it returns today in what is effectively a 0 to 77 handicap. I've never been a lover of the second favourite here, and with a Sheen Murphy taking over, it could be hard to beat. I don't have anything at Wolverhampton, so we'll finish a very busy day at Thirsk. In the 325, since River Spey has been gelded, he's looked a most improved horse, and he was an excellent third in a maiden at Glorious Goodwood, before being slightly unlucky in the nursery at York's Ebo meeting. This is a drop in class for him today, and from a 17 draw, which is against the near side rail, he should be able to win this. In the 505, Sir Mark Prescott's Bosphorus Rose is bidding to make it 4 wins from 5 starts this year. She looks a real improving sort and gets £8 weight for age from these older horses. She should prove hard to beat here. So you can make up your own minds what you want to be backing today, and there are a few pointers there for you. As I told you yesterday, I'm away, but I will be back on Monday to put a video when I'm back home, and many thanks for dropping by.